Hey guys, what's up? I'm Palak Lakhani. In this channel, I make educational videos focusing mainly on studying, working and living in Germany. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. So in today's video, we have Balaji with us. He is in Germany for past 8 years and he is associated with this field of Studienkolleg for past 4 years. So he is here to discuss with us about Studienkolleg and the concepts related to Studienkolleg which are not talked about much in other videos. So his experience in this field will be really valuable for all of you who wants to come to Germany to pursue your bachelor's degree. So let's get started with today's video.
Right. Thank you, Palak, for the introduction. So, hi, like you introduced, my name is Balaji Ayyappan and I'm in Germany for like last 7-8. This is my 8th year and I'm into business field and I'm doing. We have a private Studienkolleg, International Studienkolleg Braunschweig ISB, and we help and guide students who want to start their bachelor's education in Germany.
Thank you, Balaji, for this introduction.
Yeah.
Could you please quickly, in a minute or so, tell this entire Studienkolleg concept? Why is it useful for any student?
Right. So Studienkolleg is nothing but a foundation course which you have to do if you wanted to start your German bachelor's education. And you might ask, like, why do I need this, or do I need Studienkolleg? So basically, we all come from Asian countries, and most of the world have this education system of 12 years, and then in Germany the high school system is for 13 years. So if you are completing 12 years education and then coming to Germany and that is not recognized, and then you have to do this 1 year of foundation course, to fill this 1 year, and then you can go to university. This you can basically check in a website called ANABIN, ANABIN.org, where you can go and find out which country you're from, and if you put all your details like where you study, then it will tell you that whether do you need a Studienkolleg or not. So that's basically Studienkolleg.
Okay.
And it's same like your high school. It has 3 different main areas: T course, M course and W course. So T is for the students who want to do technical programs, engineering programs, like mechanical engineering, automobile, electronics, biotech and so on. And the next one would be W course. It's called Wirtschaft. So business related studies. You want to do BBA, business administration, and then something related to finance and economics, then this is the course for you. And the next one is M course. It's, as the name says, it's a medical course. So if you wanted to do something in medicine related studies or science related studies, like I wanted to become a doctor, I want to become a dentist, I want to do something pure sciences like biology and so on, so then you have to go for the M course.
Okay, great.
So this in detail, this is the types of courses offered.
Okay. What are the different types of Studienkollegs in Germany?
Right. So the Studienkollegs are mainly into 2 different categories, like public and private. And in public there are also 2 other subcategories, like public Studienkolleg affiliated with technical universities and public Studienkolleg affiliated with University of Applied Sciences. Basically the both are very similar, the course and everything, but one thing you have to keep in mind is if you are doing your Studienkolleg affiliated with Applied Sciences universities, then you cannot pursue your education in technical universities. You can only study in Applied Sciences universities. But if you study in a technical university affiliated to technical university, then you can do your bachelor's course or university degree with both technical university as well as University of Applied Sciences.
Okay, great. There is this concept of public and private Studienkolleg, right? So what is this entire thing?
Right, okay. So mainly you have only 2 different types, public and the private ones. Publics are the one which is basically the institutions are run by the university or a public governing authority. The educational institutes, they run it, like we say, public universities in our home country. Exactly. So it's similar to that. They have this program, public Studienkolleg of 1 year, and the private is also very similar, but they run as a private institution.
Okay.
They also teach you the same concept, and then they send you to a different public universities to write the entrance examination. So if you're confused like whether can I join a private university, like what are the things I should keep in mind when I look for a private university, private student colleague. So first thing is, students, why they opt for a private student colleague is basically they don't get into a public student colleague. There's a huge competition and there's only limited number of seats, so that basically forces them to look for an alternative option, and private student colleague comes as an alternative option for them. So keep in mind that if you don't have a choice, could be a public student private ones could be the alternative option. And secondly, private student colleagues, it's much faster. The application and the whole process takes very short time, where in public it happens in various different stages. Secondly, there is not much of a entrance examination concept. They do have their own like a testing to check your German skills, but unlike public, there is no big entrance examination. And then the third point is you have to keep in mind is whether you study in a public or private doesn't matter. At the end of the student colleague, where do you write your examination, your final examination, Feststellungsprüfung, and that's what it matters. So even if you study in a public or private, especially if you're studying in a private, make sure that you write your final examination in a public student colleague. So as a private student colleague, they also conduct their own, we also conduct our own examination, but we also register the student in a public student colleague to write the final examination. So this certificate will enable them to go and join in any German university they would like to have. So at the end of the day, even if they study in a public student colleague or a private student colleague, they have the certificate which is recognized in all the universities. So these are the points you have to keep in mind, that if you're really looking to join to a private student colleague, make sure that your student colleague gives this information, and then you're in the safe hands. Don't have to worry about it.
Great. And whenever we talk about private student colleague, the one thing which a student always has in his mind is the cost factor, like how much money should he organize, you know?
Yes.
So what do you think is the average cost a student should bear, like in Germany, for this private student colleague?
So this is the first concern for the students when they consider a private student colleague, how much cost it will be, how can I manage my funds and everything. So the student colleague will vary from 4,500 euros to 10,000, 12,000 euros. It's on various different factors. So it starts from 4,500 and then it goes up to 6, 7, sometimes 8, 10,000 euros also. There are very few allied institutes who also teach you in a very different foundation course, could cost up to 10-12,000 euros. But in general, I would say 4,500 to 6,000 is the average cost for the student colleague.
And what facilities are included in this cost?
So in our student colleague, private student colleague, we charge around 4,500 euros for the students, and so it's a 8 months program, 2 semesters or 8 months, we'd say 1 academic year. The student needs to have the B2 level of German language if they wanted to start the student colleague. And then we include the service, like it's an inclusive package, so we don't only charge them for the course fee but also for the services included. So we guide them from their home country. If they are coming from a different nationality, different country, we guide them for the application process, visa process, and then blocked account, health insurance assistance. And then as soon as they arrive in Germany, we pick them from the Hanover airport, and then we guide them from that point to Braunschweig, where our student colleague is located. We also provide a accommodation confirmation for them. So as soon as we understand that once they arrive in Germany, it's very difficult to find a accommodation for you sitting in your place. So we give them a temporary place for 2 months. This gives them the room to come, settle down calmly, and then look for a better place, permanent place. And also we have a team dedicatedly helping them to go for a Startanmeldung, a city registration, and then the visa extension. Or if you wanted to open up a bank account, you wanted to find a different permanent place, and you want to talk to the owner, our team is helping you with
so
the
it's like
process.
This buddy program that runs in university.
Exactly. So because they are our students, and then we have to help them in all this areas where they are struggling. So it's the service is all included.
Great.